What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about hologram, I want to do more of a educational video only because of it closing below $1. Now it is getting into that whole reverse stock split territory, and there has been some amendments to the rules. So I wanted to go over absolutely everything that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, like I said, it did close on Friday, February the 28th, below $1. So this is essentially starting the clock. So you can kind of see I have a nice little calendar here. So it shows March, April. Right here is day number 1. So that is February the 28th. So based on Nasdaq rulings, if a stock is trading below $1 for 30 consecutive trading days, then that means that they are deficient. So automatically, if we calculate it, it is April the 10th. So right over here, I will highlight that to make it easier for you. So April the 10th, that is day number 30. So right there, my mousemanship is absolutely horrible, so it is what it is. So day number 30. So again, if they trade below 30 or below $1 for 30 consecutive days, then they would have to do a reverse stock split or something along those lines. They do have their shareholder meeting coming up on March the 24th, so we can also add that to the calendar, because then they need that to be in favor to actually do the reverse stock split. And spoiler alert, I know I kind of come off as a asshole, my apologies on the French there, but they unfortunately, there's no point in voting, as bad as that sounds, because of the note holders, no different than any of the other previous shareholder meetings. Like, the note holders have the massive stake. They have a financial interest in having them do more reverse stock splits. That way they can continue to pretty much bank on what they've been doing, and that is dilution. So I've already done a lot of videos on that. I'm not going to really dive deep into that, but nonetheless, spoiler alert, the whole reverse stock split is going to be passed. So I will put a P for that. So that's going to be passed. Again, there's a lot of different variables. I'm just going over the tentative data so you have all of this at your disposal. Then you can just adjust accordingly. Because in my opinion, do I think that as of Friday, there's going to be 30 consecutive days below $1? No. Hands down, I think that hologram will have spikes. We've always seen that happen time and time again. Even looking on February the 21st, it went up 31%. Huge abnormal spikes in volume. Same goes for on January the 27th. And January the 28th, even over on December the 30th. So every month it goes through these spikes, and 9 times out of 10, they are linked to dilution. It's kind of funny. I have no idea how some people even invest. I have had arguments with people saying that there is no dilution occurring. I also have people arguing saying that there's they cannot do a reverse stock split. I don't know what people are smoking all the time, but they definitely shouldn't be investing. That's just on a side note, but there definitely is a lot of dilution happening behind the scenes. But do I think that hologram is going to stay below $1 for 30 consecutive days as of February the 28th? No, it's going to have spikes and close above that, thus resetting this whole clock. So this is why I'm going over everything that you need to calculate it yourselves. So let's say on, for instance, March the 12th, just throwing that out there, it has a crazy spike and closes at $1.01. That resets the clock. And then technically, if it closes below $1 on the 13th, that starts the clock, day number 1, day number 2, and so forth. So again, you have all of this at your disposal to calculate it yourself. I only do my one hologram video a week just to educate, go over some of the recent data points, and to give you guys updates on what you guys can anticipate and expect. And for those of you that are kind of new to the channel, I've been covering hologram for a good year and a bit and have accurately called absolutely everything. So it's yeah, it's very easy to kind of predict what they're doing and what they've been doing for PR blitzes. And it's kind of unique. Again, nobody's really talking about it, but if we kind of scroll back over here, they have really toned it down on their PR blitzes. So February the 20th, and then the next news that came out was on February the 26th. What came out in between? The shareholder meeting. So they already gave up hope. It's like, okay, we're going to need to do a reverse stock split. Our PR blitzes aren't working. So it's very, very easy to predict of everything that is happening. So when it comes down to the rulings, this is where things get interesting. So as you can kind of see, previously, if a stock was deficient, then the Nasdaq would give them a 180-day extension. This was just updated last month in January 2025. And so ultimately, if a company is deficient, Nasdaq gives them a 180-day extension. If they still don't rectify the deficiency, Nasdaq gives them another 180-day extension. And then during that second period, they are again moved to the Nasdaq capital markets, and then potentially they're forced to do a reverse stock split or face delisting. So that is option number one. Unfortunately, that doesn't qualify, or Hologram doesn't really fit under that criteria, only because of this section right here. So if a company has done a reverse stock split in the 1 year prior to obviously the deficiency, then they are not entitled to any grace period, nothing. If they are deficient, then they immediately get kicked off. So this is where Hologram does fall under, because Hologram has already done a reverse stock split, and that last one did occur on October the 9th, 2024. So when it comes down to it, if let's say Hologram is deficient before October the 9th, then they get kicked off. So meaning if let's say we're nearing day number 30, they would have to do a reverse stock split. They cannot be deficient. So again, you can use your calculation and whatever day number 1, day number and blah blah blah, calculate the day number 30. They need to do a reverse stock split prior to that date. So just so you have a little bit of awareness of everything and some timelines that you can kind of plan, adjust, and everything. So like I said, just to reconfirm, based on the new Nasdaq rulings, and it's not just me making it up. For those of you thinking, oh my god, you can't do a reverse stock split, go to the Nasdaq rulings. It says that right here. Read it for yourself. I did, and it literally says exactly this. So again, if they, for instance, right now are day number 28, consecutive days below $1, they need to do the reverse stock split in those last 2 days, or else they get kicked off. No grace period, nothing. So yeah, it's a very unfortunate scenario, but I get it why they're doing this, because they are protecting, or trying to protect, shareholders from companies pretty much like Hologram. And for those of you that have been following my channel, again, I come off as kind of rude, blunt, but I don't sugarcoat it. I'm not here to get you guys to pump, to sell, to do anything. I'm just educating. If you still, after everything, still find it a good risk versus reward, then buy more. Do what you need to do. I'm not here to change that. I just want you to have a clear image on what is coming next. So just do your own due diligence at the end of the day, right? So let me know your general thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, if you are looking for some solid buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.